Hello everyone, welcome back to the English class. In this session, we are going to continue with the tenses, and in this video, we are going to discuss tense number 2, that is present continuous. No doubt, each and every tense is important in its own way. Like I have said earlier also, tenses is important not only as a topic, but tenses will give us the right foundation for all other topics. Without tenses, there is no language. That is the reason in our earlier session also, I have very clearly explained the meaning of tenses and the importance of tenses as well. In this session, we are going to discuss present continuous. Before we start the present continuous, I have to remind you of two things that I have told you in my earlier session. Number one, when we learn tenses, what exactly we are learning? We are learning the structures, which means grammar. Number two, when we learn tenses, along with the grammar, along with the structure, we learn something else also. That is called timing. In simple language, timing means situation, isn't it? So, my dear friends, when we are learning tenses, it means we are learning the right structures and how to use those right structures in the right timing. Timing means situation. This is what we have to understand from tenses. Hope it is clear. Without further delay, we'll start to understand present continuous. The name itself very clearly defines the meaning of the tense. The name itself very clearly defines the meaning of the tense, that is present continuous. What is present continuous? If you see the name, present is present tense. We are talking about tense number 2, which means we are in present tense. Now, what is this continuous? Which means the action is in progress now. A very simple way of understanding continuous means the action is in progress now. What does that mean? The action is happening now. For example, right now I am talking to you. Right now you are listening to me. I am teaching now. You are learning now. Am I right? So, we use present continuous to describe an action which is currently in progress right now. So, when we talk about present continuous, it is a beautiful tense because this tense is used when the action is in progress at this second. Means we use this present continuous at the time of the action that we are actually doing. Hope the definition is clear. Hope the meaning is also clear. Now, having understood the situation, having understood the timing, we should now learn the structure. Structure is this: subject plus is, am, are plus verb in the ing form plus object. I'll repeat. The grammar in present continuous is subject plus is, am, are plus ing plus object. If you carefully observe this tense, we actually say is, am, are. But have you ever wondered why do we say is, am, are? Why don't we have only one helping verb? Why do we practice like is, am, are? It is because is, am, are. Which helping verb should be used? That cannot be decided by us. That will be decided by the subject. So it all depends on the pronoun or the noun. For example, like I have said earlier, in English language, we have 7 pronouns. Like for example, I, we call them first person, correct? You, we call them second person, correct? Now the third person is he, she, it, they, correct? He, she, it, they are known as the third person. So I, we, first person, you, second person, he, she, it, they, third persons, correct? Now, based on this subject, the helping verb can be decided. Whether I have to use is or am or are is decided based on the subject in the corresponding sentences. to give you some better clarity, we all know that I takes am and we takes are, you also takes are. Now when we talk about he, she, it, he, she take is as the helping verb. Again, they takes are, correct? So in a simple language, when we learn the present continuous, it's very important that we practice the present continuous like this. In the case of, my dear friends, in the case of I, we only, we use the helping verb we use the helping verb am. We are, you are, they are, he is, she is, and it is. So, this is what the basic knowledge of present continuous. Now, having said this, I'll repeat the structure for you once more. Subject plus is am are plus V1 plus ing. What is this V1, my dear friends? V1 means the verb is in the first form. V1 means the verb is in the first form and ing means continuous form. There ends the object. Now to give you a simple example, take this example. She is eating food. If you see here, she is the subject, so the helping verb is and the verb is ing. How beautiful this is. The subject is she, the helping verb is and the verb is ing. See, she is eating food is the right beautiful sentence here. She is eating food. So here the subject is she. Now naturally the helping verb is. Now the verb is in the ing form. Now it is not compulsory that every time I use only is. It all depends on the subject. Now, to get more and more clarity, let's now take a few examples in present continuous. Like I have said, I'll write the formula for you once more. Subject plus is, am, are. My dear friends, subject plus is, am, are. The verb is in the ing form. That I'll write in a simple way like V4. In a simple way, V4 is equal to, my dear friends, V1 plus ing. You kindly remember like this. V4 is equal to V1 plus ing. Hope the point is clear. So subject plus is, am, are plus V4 plus object. It is called present continuous. Now let's take a simple example with the first person, that is I. Now, right now, imagine right now I'm waiting for my uncle. Imagine I'm waiting for my uncle. What does this mean? It means at this time of saying this sentence, I am actually waiting for my uncle. If you see here, I is the pronoun, I is the subject, so am is the helping verb. Like for example, I am talking to my friend who is unnecessarily shouting. Then I say, you are shouting. Why are you shouting? See, you are shouting. Here, the subject is you. Naturally, the verb is, the helping verb is are. See here, I am, you are is something very beautiful. Now, imagine in the place of you, imagine the subject is John. If I take the subject John, then what happens is John is coming. So when I say John is coming now, it means John is actually on the way. So when I say this sentence, at the time of saying this sentence, actually John is busy, John is doing some action. He is in progress. He is doing some action where he is coming. So I am waiting for my uncle. Am is the helping verb. You are shouting. Are is the helping verb. John is coming now. Is the helping verb. This is what we call present continuous. I hope the point is clear. I have explained very clearly what present continuous is about. I have explained very clearly the structures of present continuous. I have also given you three wonderful examples, simple examples on present continuous. However, there is a doubt now. Earlier session also, I have said this very clearly to you. In English language, any sentence can be written in four forms, correct? Like for example, positive sentence, negative sentence, positive question, negative question, correct? You take the example of any sentence. Any sentence in English language, you can change into four forms. That is why these are known as forms of statements. Forms of statements. It's like positive statement, negative statement, positive question, and negative question. How beautiful this is, how interesting this is. So now what we can do is we can take one example and change these examples into all the four categories, which will give us more idea and a better clarity. Like for example, I take an example something like this. They are sleeping. See, I'm talking about some children and now I see them sleeping. So they are sleeping. This is a positive statement. Imagine I want to say the same sentence in negative, which means I must add not. My dear friends, always remember when I add not to a sentence, not must be added to helping verb. So what I'll say is they are not sleeping, correct? So they are sleeping is a positive sentence. They are not sleeping is a negative sentence. Remember, are plus not, if I want to write in a contracted form, I can write like this, aren't. That is also correct, no problem. So they are not sleeping, it is a negative sentence. Now, they are sleeping is a positive sentence. They are not sleeping is a negative sentence. And like I have said, if you want to combine these two, you can combine and make it like aren't. The pronunciation is aren't. They are not sleeping is equal to they aren't sleeping. Now, something very important is the positive question. How do I make a question? I always say this statement starts with a subject following helping verb, but a question starts with a helping verb following subject. That will make the right difference. So, if I want to ask a question, my question will be like this. See, are they sleeping? Is the right question. See, are they sleeping? Is the right question. See, it's a question that I am asking here. So, see, they are sleeping. They are not sleeping. Are they sleeping? It's a question I am asking. Now I want to ask a negative question, which means aren't. Aren't they sleeping? If you see here, the fourth question, aren't they sleeping? You can also actually change into the separate forms like, are they not sleeping? My dear friends, the fourth form I am writing here for your understanding. Are they sleeping? Are they not sleeping? Both are 100% same. Both are 100% right. You can use either of the two sentences. Now, I'll repeat the four. Carefully listen. They are sleeping. They are not sleeping. Or they aren't sleeping. Are they sleeping? Are they not sleeping? Or aren't they sleeping? Now, what you can do is, in the place of they, for example, take the example John. Use the same verb, but take the example John. In the place of they, take the example John. Then, my dear friends, tell me what happens. John are sleeping? No. They, the helping verb is are, but John, the helping verb is. Then what happens is number one, John is sleeping. Number two, John is not sleeping. John is not sleeping. My dear friends, like I have said, is not, you can put them separately or you can change into contracted form, which becomes isn't. So what happens is John is sleeping. John isn't sleeping. Question now starts with helping verb. What is the helping verb here? Is. Then what happens? Is John sleeping? Now you want to ask a negative question. What happens? Isn't John sleeping? Okay. I hope the point is clear. I'll repeat once more. John is sleeping. John isn't sleeping. Is John sleeping? Isn't John sleeping? Is the point clear, my dear friends? I'll give you one more example. Listen carefully. In the place of John, if I say I, in the place of John, if I keep the pronoun I, then can you tell me what happens? I am sleeping, see? Because I takes the helping verb am. If you still have any doubt regarding this, here I have written very clearly. I follows am, I am. We are, you are. See the difference, you are. He is, she is, it is. They also takes are, they are. So practice this as much as possible. Don't compromise. I'll write here once more for your kind convenience and good repetition. I say I are and we say I say I am, we say we are, and you say you are, let me make it here clear. They also say are. If this is convenient for you, you can remember like this. We, you, they take the pronoun, take the helping verb are. Only I takes the helping verb am. And what about the remaining three? He, she, it. My dear friends, he, she, it. They take the helping verb is. So you can remember like this if this is more convenient to you. I am, we are, you are, they are, he, she is, it is. It looks very simple, I know. Some of you may be wondering why I'm repeating this many times. It's important because not even single mistake should happen in our communication, or not even single mistake should happen when we are preparing for some examinations. When you're learning English, no mistakes should happen. Learn the rules perfectly and properly. So, like this, you can take n number of examples that you want to take. In the place of they, you can take, for example, she. I'll do one thing now. I'll give you a simple exercise. Imagine the subject is she, imagine the subject is she, and imagine the verb is, for example, think. Now, can you try all the four examples, all the four forms? The subject is she and the verb is drink. Now tell me what is a positive statement? Tell me what is a positive statement? Yes, you're right. The answer is she is drinking milk. The answer is she is drinking milk. Now, what is the negative sentence? The negative sentence is she is not drinking milk. The negative sentence is she is not drinking milk. Can you find the positive question now? Is she drinking milk? Is she drinking milk? Can you find the negative question now? Isn't she drinking milk? Isn't she drinking milk? Hope the point is clear. So, she is drinking milk. She is not drinking milk. Is she drinking milk? Isn't she drinking milk? Like this, what I am asking you to do is you take your own examples. Practice as many examples as possible, my dear friends. But in this process, remember, sometimes we use am, sometimes we use are, sometimes we use is. But remember, when we say present continuous, the verb is always in the continuous form, which means V4. If some of you still are confused, what is this V4? V for verb. Every verb has four forms: V1, V2, V3, V4. V4 is nothing but V1 plus ing. The reason why we also should practice forms is that any sentence you can modify into four forms. That is the reason why all the four forms you must practice very much. So, in this session, I have tried my level best to explain what present continuous is. To put it in a nutshell, very precisely and briefly, I'll recap. What is present continuous? Present continuous is a tense which is used for sentences where the action is in progress. What is meant by action in progress? Right now, the action is happening. Right now, the action is in progress. Means at the time of this action, at the time of this action means when I say this sentence, it is actually happening. When I say she is eating food, it means when I say this sentence, she is literally eating something. When I say they are going, it means I can see them, they are walking or they are going by a bike. When I say it is raining, see this example. When I say it is raining, it means right now it is raining. I can see that it is raining outside. So, present continuous is used to describe an action which is currently in progress now. Okay? This is the timing. This is the timing. Now, what about the structure? The structure is very, very, very easy and very simple. Subject follows is, am, are. However, there is some dilemma for some people. When do we use is? When do we use are? When do we use am? Regarding that, there is no issue. I have three times, around two, three times explained when to use is, when to use as, when to use is, am, and are. And the verb is in the ing form, ends with the object. I am waiting for my uncle. You are shouting. John is coming now. And many more examples you have to practice. So in this session, we have very clearly discussed present continuous. Definitely it is one of the very important tenses. Now, some of you may be wondering, sir, how questions can come based on these tenses. That right now you don't have to worry because we are now currently learning tenses where each and every tense we are learning separately and clearly. Understand the rules, understand the structures, understand the timing. Once we are done with all the 12 tenses, then we will be also learning how questions might come from each of these 12 tenses. Don't hurry. Slow and steady wins the race is always going to fetch the right success and desired result. I hope in this session, present continuous tense is very clear for all of you. I hope the session is interesting and useful. I will meet you in my next session with another important tense. Wishing you good luck and all the best.